Alright, so I want to talk about the Battlefield 1 trailer that has been released recently. First of all, DICE, are we going to Microsoft for our naming conventions? There was already a Battlefield 1. It was called Battlefield. You see, when you name your game the name of the game, as in this case Battlefield, and then put a 1 next to it, it's really fucking pretentious because it means that you expect there to be more games after this. And there's a reason people don't start out their gaming careers making games that are titled the title of the game with a 1 after it. Like Super Mario Brothers 1, there was none of that shit. Halo 1, you didn't see that. It's pretentious. Just stop it. Everybody who's trying to reboot, do soft reboots, whatever, just call it what it is. Battlefield 1942 2. All right? That's fine. Whatever. Just don't call it Battlefield 1. All right? It's confusing as fuck. So, that aside, the lead director of this game is Lars Gustafsson. Apparently he's hoarding all the S's in Sweden for his name. Which is a good thing, because he's worked on other Battlefield games. He's worked on Battlefield 2. He's worked on 1942, Vietnam, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4. So he's worked on all the good Battlefields. I didn't mention Battlefield Hardline for a reason. I don't think he worked on that one. So that's good, at least. That aside, let's just take a look at the trailer here. All right. So the trailer starts out, and it's a good 15-20 seconds before we actually see a gun. We see a guy with a mace. I guess he's beating someone with a mace. There's a dude with a sword. He's got a sword. And then we finally start seeing planes and stuff. So I don't know what this is supposed to tell me about the game so far. Are there melee weapons? I don't think so. I hope not. Oh, wait, there's a shovel. So yeah, I guess there are melee weapons in this game. I hope that's not a focus because it's a war game. I'm not playing swords and shields. I want to shoot things with a gun. So a lot of melee weapons. It's very melee weapon heavy so far, and I'm a little worried. We do see some biplanes, which is nice. My favorite game, I should say my favorite map of all time was probably Wake Island, and I loved just flying planes and doing bombing runs. The planes in that game were phenomenal. They were so solid. Battlefield 4 fucked it. All the planes are too fast. You can't turn quickly enough, and the maps are too small. It's bullshit. The planes in the new Battlefield are bullshit. Battlefield 3 was great. Battlefield 4 sucked for planes. So hopefully we return to better gameplay as far as the planes are concerned, because I really like the Sky game. I love flying around. So hopefully they fix that. Another thing is there's no real gameplay footage so far. I'm just seeing a bunch of cutscenes, and then finally we get to the point where I see a little bit of a gameplay. We see some gas in the background, and we're shooting at a guy. The real problem here is there's no HUD. Anytime I don't see a HUD, I'm immediately worried, guys. Battlefield 3 had no problem showing the HUD. Battlefield 4 even, I believe. A lot of the trailers were in-game. They showed you what the game looked like. Specifically, Levolution. That was a big thing they were pushing, Levolution. We want you guys to see what the game can do inside the game. And so they just played a match and recorded it and put it out there. All this Battlefield 1 trailer footage is pre-rendered. Even the stuff that says in-game footage, that's whatever. Who cares? WoW does great job with Machinima using their in-game footage and their cutscenes and shit. Saves them a lot of money on production when they do that. You can make something look nice that's pre-rendered in-game, in the engine. Doesn't mean the game's going to play that way, because you have polygon counts and particle physics and all sorts of other bullshit that you have to deal with when you're actually playing the game. So to say it's in-game footage is a little disingenuous, and I don't like that. I would rather just see some gameplay, please. I want to see a HUD. I want to see what it looks... Is there a HUD? Maybe there's not a HUD. Maybe you got to count your bullets in this game. I hope I know how many grenades I have. Nope, I don't have any more grenades. I forgot. I already threw 2. I don't know. I don't know what the HUD looks like. I'm sure there will be one, but we'll have to wait till after E3 probably to find that out. Star Wars did the same thing. For a while, they were just showing cinematics. And that game, obviously, we all know, was not a big success. Not because they didn't show the HUD and shit. That doesn't matter. I don't care. But they were specifically harping on how good the game looks. Whenever a game company does that, be worried, because they are not as confident in the way that their game plays. So they're not going to show you the way it plays. They're not going to show you people playing it. They just want you to see the pretty stuff. Just look at the pretty graphics over. Don't look at that. No, the servers will be fine on launch day. Don't worry. That was just the alpha. Don't worry. The beta, everything's fine. The servers will be fine. Oh no, don't worry. That's playable area. Don't worry. We'll get there eventually. Just look at the pretty stuff over here. Oh, and look at these voice actors we have. Don't be distracted. Don't let them do their jazz hands and distract you from what's really going on. If a game trailer doesn't show in-game footage, it's not a game trailer. I could give a shit. It's just a movie as far as I'm concerned. And anybody who knows anything about video games, if you ever played a Final Fantasy game, if all I showed you were the cutscenes from Final Fantasy, you would think those games look amazing. And then you play Final Fantasy VII and you wonder why your main character looks like he's made out of triangles. It's bullshit. I want to see in-game footage, and when you don't show me in-game footage, I'm immediately worried. I'm not saying that this game's not going to be great, because, like I said, Lars, too many S's, Gustav Gustafsson is working on it. I don't know what other the production. It's hard to nail down exactly who's working on what. I looked around a lot. Maybe I didn't do my due diligence. Maybe there's a website I don't know about that lists all this shit. I couldn't find it on the wikis and stuff. They're not very upfront about it. But I don't think any of the people who were working on Hardline are working on this one, so maybe that's a benefit. And maybe they learned from Hardline. Maybe they'll go back to some of the better days of Vietnam and 1942 and what have you. But the total lack of gameplay is pissing me off. So we get a little tiny bit with the gas cloud. And then so after that, we just see cut. Pre-rendered cut. I counted. There's 44 cuts in this trailer. It's a minute long. That's almost a cut every second and a half. That is too many cuts. It's too fast. It's just go. You don't get to stop and look at anything long enough to see what's really going on. And I understand they want to create this feel of chaos and of havoc. It's a battlefield. It's crazy. It's chaotic. But if you don't show me what's going on, I'm not interested. I'm not invested. I just see a bunch of explosions and stuff. Again, song and dance, jazz hands. Don't pay attention to this. Look over here. It's. I don't know if they're doing these trailers for the ADD generation. I don't know if they're doing them because they want to just kind of distract everybody and make them look at the pretty stuff. I didn't feel that there was a sense of tone at all in this trailer. It was just action. There was an E3 trailer for Battlefield 3, and let's take a look at a little bit of it right here. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but a little bit of it, and it tells a story. There are these guys, they're going up an elevator, they get to the top of the building, they get into a firefight, the building explodes, they have to jump off, they show some levolution, a guy's underground, he shoots a grenade, the street caves in. I saw that trailer, I saw that part, I saw the HUD, I saw the mini-map, I saw where everything was, and so I knew it was in the game, and when I saw that you could shoot a pillar and the street caved in, and a tank fell through that shit, I was blown. That was it. That sold me on the game. Nothing else. I could give a shit about, and the graphics were good for the time. I mean, they're a slight upgrade. Whatever. I give a shit. Levolution, being able to blow shit up and affect the environment, that sold me. I was on board at that moment, and that's the problem with this trailer. There's none of those moments, and maybe they'll come out with one later, but there's none of those moments that are like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. The flying looks cool. There's tanks, apparently. I saw a little bit of a tank in there. So, I mean, tank combat will be in there, I guess. That's kind of cool. A lot of trench warfare. My favorite part of any Battlefield game is trench warfare, or any first-person shooter in general. But what I'm missing here is any moment that really catches my eye and makes me want to play this game. I will say at the very end, though, spoiler alert, there's a Zeppelin. I don't know what this means. Again, it's not in the game. It's just in the trailer, in a pre-rendered situation. Maybe it's in-game footage. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not. I don't know if it's in the game or not. Is there going to be a Zeppelin mode? They're not saying. Can you fly the Zeppelin? They're not saying. Is it going to be a commander situation where the commander's in the Zeppelin and he gets to control it from his iPad while he's on the toilet? They're not saying. So this trailer tells me nothing about the game other than there's going to be gas, because I saw that in the actual gameplay footage. And maybe some melee weapons. They seem to be really on that melee weapon kick at the very beginning. What I really want to see out of a new Battlefield game, I've played all the Battlefields. They're by far my favorite first-person shooter. Halo's a close second. I just like Battlefield because there's so many of them, and the online campaigns are or the multiplayer. The online multiplayer is solid. What I really want to see from Battlefield, I want to see an integration, if you will, of some Star Wars Battlefront mechanics into Battlefield 1. I want to see a Zeppelin mode where you're flying biplanes, you're trying to take out the Zeppelin, but you also maybe have guys that are landing on the Zeppelin and they go inside it somehow, like maybe you build a Zeppelin base on top of it or something. So you have guys attacking from the outside, and maybe you can repair while you're on the inside. I mean, I'm not, whatever you guys want to do with it, but I want to have some sort of a Zeppelin mode where there's attackers on the ground in the Zeppelin and people able to attack it from the outside as well. Maybe they're able to like take out the engine to slow it down, so the guys on the inside have a easier time getting in there and disabling it, or however they want to do it. I want to see some epic like flying through the middle of an open hangar in a Zeppelin, and jumping out and crashing the plane on the inside. I want to see some. Give me the ability to do some cool shit. And what I love about Battlefield is all those montages of the people who jump out of the plane and they 360 no-scope some poor bastard who's sitting on the top of a radar dish somewhere, snipe him in the head, and then they land back in the plane. That's skill-based. That's not anything that you just press a button and do. You have to know how fast you're going. You have to get that headshot while you're flying. You have to practice it 3 million times till you finally get it, and then put it on a highlight reel and then never do it again. That's skill-based. I want that in a Battlefield game. I want the ability to use physics against other people and to manipulate the battlefield. One of my favorite things to do in earlier Battlefield games, before anybody else was doing this, I'm not going to claim that I invented it, but I totally invented it, was the kamikaze jeep. I will not call it the other term that's most popular. That's racist. Not that I'm against it. It's just stupid. But it's a kamikaze jeep. That's also a little racist, actually, now that I think about it. Americans don't really blow ourselves up, do we? Not on purpose anyways. I don't know, the Oklahoma City Jeep or something, I guess. I don't know. So I was putting C4 in Jeeps before that was a thing. That was like one of the first things I did. That plus team kill reses. If we had a guy on our team that was a bad chopper pilot and wouldn't get out of the chopper, or he just kept fucking things up, me and my buddy would go over there. I'd shoot him in the head, my buddy would res him. I'd shoot him in the head, my buddy would res him. And we would sit there until one of us got kicked off the server for team killing, because, and we'd trade off too. We'd both be medics. Because that type of behavior is not acceptable. If you're going to be an asshole, don't take the planes, don't take the jeeps, take the jeeps. Nobody cares about that shit. Don't take the important vehicles. And if your complaint or your argument is, oh, I need to practice, well, they have practice fields for that shit now. So don't waste everybody's time. It's a team-based game. It's not a solo game. This isn't Call of Duty. This isn't GoldenEye or Perfect Dark. This is it's a team game. So be a team player, or I'm going to shoot you in the face, and my buddy's going to res paddle you till you come back to life, and then I'm going to shoot you again. So I want to see that. I want to see some sort of a Zeppelin attack mode. That would be phenomenal. I don't want the Zeppelin just to be some gimmick that you get when you go to some radar station and call it in, or radio station. You call in the Zeppelin, Zeppelin bombs or some shit. I want it to be a game mechanic. I saw some battleships in there as well. It would be phenomenal if there were battleships in this game, because that was also in 1942, the Battlefield 1942. They had battleship modes where you could actually pilot the battleships and get on the guns and attack people on the land. I want to see a little more. In Battlefield, it's always just, it's either the MCON stations, where if you're not familiar, you get to a point, you arm an objective, and the objective explodes and you win. The way I used to win that is I used to put C4 on the MAVs, which are the flying radar unit, the radar, guy spotters. It's a drone. I used to put C4 on drones and then fly the drone right into the objective and blow it up. Well, they nerfed that shit really fast. But it was fun for the time that I did it. But what I want to see is I want to see battleships attacking the land, and I want to see destruction in the land. I want to see like gun emplacements on the land that are like anti-air and anti-naval guns, and then I want to see battleships able to destroy those guns and allow our troops to kind of encroach a little bit further. So if they put up a good defense and they're able to use those guns to keep us off, it's going to be a lot harder for us to storm the beaches, kind of thing. And I want to see pillboxes that you can blow up, not just gun emplacements that you can blow up. I want to see a pillbox that you can throw a grenade in and it explodes and collapses in on itself and kills like 5 guys. I want to see some, epic kill cams of that shit. What else do I want? I mean, I'm really happy with Battlefield 4 with the way that the kit loadouts and everything works really well now. They have good weapons that are usable across all classes. They need that. They don't. I mean, if a sniper does not have a good, semi-automatic weapon or something or a shotgun or something that they can equip instead of a sniper rifle, no one's going to play that class. So classes are good. It's good to have classes because those abilities. If everybody had the ability to have every ability, like in Division, it's all homogenized. Everybody just picks the same things because there's always the best things. But if you need to pick this class to use this ability, then you're going to be using weapons that you're not used to or other abilities that you're not used to. So there's always a trade-off when you have a class system versus just being able to have whatever you want, like in Call of Duty. You just have a kit loadout, and then just everybody has whatever soft step, and then they just run around knifing each other. I don't know how do you play Call of Duty nowadays? Do you run on the walls? Is there wall running? I think you run on the walls, and there's robots. There's robots too. I like the robots. That's actually a good, good addition. More robots, please. MAOR robots. I like robots. But apparently the internet doesn't. Goodness, in Infinite Warfare, actually, I like it. I like the way it's going. Nobody likes that game, but I don't play it for online anyways. I play it for the campaigns because the online for Call of Duty is always just. It's just everybody is just running around shotgunning everybody else and just getting in behind them and shotgunning them, which actually I like in Overwatch because I play Tracer a lot, and that's what I like in Overwatch. But imagine playing Overwatch and everyone's fucking Tracer. That's not fun. That's everybody's Tracer. Fuck you. I'm done. I'm not playing your game anymore, Call of Duty. And I haven't played Call of Duty really. I've played every Call of Duty except for Ghost. I haven't played that one yet because I heard it's bad. But I haven't played anything like online, like really seriously since Modern Warfare 2 because it's all gone downhill as far as I'm concerned. But Battlefield, the trailer doesn't tell me much about the game. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. Other things that I'm hoping to see from Battlefield, I hope that they really keep the squad spawn's a little overpowered, but the thing is, I only like playing with like one or two other people anyways, so it's not like I'm going to get behind enemy lines and have like 5 people spawn on me. That's not going to happen. That's what spawners are for. But the squad mechanics work out really great. I hope that they keep all of that because being able to see your friend and stay with your friend is important. Games like Call of Duty, you just spawn wherever. And so what's the point of even being in a squad? You're like, oh, meet you at Alpha. All right, you run into Alpha, and then somebody 360 no-scopes you, and it's like, all right, well, I guess you'll have to take Alpha by yourself because I'm fucking dead because somebody's fucking hacking or shit. I don't know. But the squad mechanics are great. I hope they keep that. I love the vehicles. I hope they keep all of that shit. Vehicles should always be in the battlefield at all times unless they're being used or it's respawning. This whole Star Wars Battlefront bullshit of having to pick up tokens that are always in the same place is malarkey as far as I'm concerned. The vehicles should be spawned at checkpoints and behind lines so that it's fair, so that when you're spawning at your home base you can get back to the front lines quickly in a Jeep or sacrifice that jet like everybody loves to do just to get up to the front line so that you can get shot in the face with a shotgun. I want to see all that. I hope they have some sort of an MCON station situation. MCON's really fun. But honestly, Conquest is it's a solid game mode, and it's what I find myself playing the most. I think they're going to have a larger player count, especially for consoles this time around. I heard possibly that would be phenomenal because the more people on the battlefield, the better. Otherwise, the battlefield feels they're large battlefields and they feel empty. You're running around for too long before you find somebody. So we don't have a Call of Duty situation where a small map you don't need a bunch of people. We have a big map. We need a bunch of people. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the official Battlefield 1 reveal trailer. It's all a bunch of fluff. Don't get your I don't want to say don't get your hopes up, but look for things that you can attach to. Look for things that excite you. If gas is exciting, you want to throw gas at a motherfucker, that's fine. We got it for you. If you want to put on a gas mask, I think that's also in there. You want that gun with the weird canister of bullets on the top that you shoot a guy, that's in there for sure. I saw that in the trailer, in the part that was actual gameplay footage. Do you want tanks? I don't. Maybe. You want to ride a horse with a sword? I don't know. It's in there, but it's not in the game. You want a Zeppelin? again, maybe there might not even be fire in this game. Nobody knows. So just temper your expectations. Don't allow the hype train to get away from you, because the problem is when you get on the hype train, you set the game up for failure, because they get all this positive feedback on what is essentially a bullshit promotion for a movie that they made with game physics. It's the video game industry equivalent of, telling your child that they're perfect. Your kid's not perfect, but he doesn't know that, because all he's ever heard his whole life is his parents tell him he's perfect and beautiful and handsome and wonderful. And then he gets to college and he finds out, oh shit, I gotta do my own laundry, bills suck, and not everybody thinks I'm great. That's what's happening here. When everybody tweets and gets all super excited when they haven't even seen fucking gameplay footage with actual fucking HUD results, what you're doing is you're telling them that we'll buy your game sight unseen. I want it. Just give it to me right now. Well, that's bullshit. They're going to release garbage. And, they'll never admit it, but that plus the cross-console compatibility or cross-generational compatibility is what ruined Destiny, in my opinion. That game had such potential, but they got such feedback and so many pre-orders. Everybody was chomping at the bit for this game, that when if they were to push it back, they'd get death threats like the people at Mighty Number 9 or whatever. I think that was it. What was it? There was another game too recently. I think that. Oh no, it wasn't Mighty Number 9. It was not Endless Space. I'm horrible. I can't remember things sometimes. The Minecraft in Space. I'll put a title right there because I'll think of it later, or I'll look it up. So right there, that game. They're getting death threats because they pushed it back. But it's better to push a game back and have it be perfect than to release garbage. And nobody does that better than Blizzard. Blizzard is known for pushing stuff back and having delays. But their stuff when it comes out is great. It's phenomenal. Even Diablo 3, which had all the problems at the beginning, was still a fucking fantastic game for what it was. It evolved and got better, but it was still worth the money when it came out. StarCraft 2 was pretty much flawless as far as I'm concerned. And Overwatch has no problems really, other than a few minor balancing issues. McCree, I'm looking at you. And server join issues, which I haven't really run into too many of those. A tiny bit, 10-second server queues is not a problem. I'm not complaining. But it's better to release something that's perfect than to release it early and it be garbage and then try and catch up the whole time. It is absolutely apparent that Destiny was half a game when it launched, all the way up to I believe Crota's End, and even I think all the stuff, the expansion after that, House of Wolves. I think House of Wolves and Crota were supposed to be part of the original game, but they stopped early. They released it because they were getting pressure from from the publisher to release early. So they released an unfinished game early, and then they chopped up the rest of it and made it DLC. So they bamboozled you. They hornswoggled us all. They sold us half a game, and then they charged us for the rest of it. And that's bullshit in my opinion. Battlefield is not really... I mean, the Battlefield 4 was a complete game when it came out. Battlefield 4 was worth $60 when it came out. All the expansions that came out after that, and I bought the premium because I'm an idiot. All the expansions that came out of that, after that, really only 2 were any good in my opinion. I believe Dragon's Tooth, and then I can't think of the other one right now. I think the one that was the retro pack, the one that had all the old maps. What a coincidence that all your all the greatest maps, the ones Caspian Border and all that shit, that were great in Battlefield 3, wound up being super popular in Battlefield 4. Oh, who would have figured? Maybe we should kind of stick to not necessarily stick to a formula, but maybe give our our fans the ability to play some older maps in the newer campaigns. It's not that more difficult. You throw on some new textures and hit some buttons for physics, and boom, you're done. So maybe they should do some of that stuff. It would actually be kind of neat to play some of the older, maybe Wake Island. It'd be fucking awesome if they put Wake Island as I'd pay $5 to play Wake Island. If they had the whole thing, I'd pay $5 for that. Yeah, just DICE, don't fuck this one up, please, because I'm after Hardline and fucking Star Wars. I'm on a razor's edge with you guys right now, and I don't got anywhere else to go, so don't fuck it up.